This is how the New York Knicks pulled off their biggest comeback of the season on the biggest stage in basketball, Christmas Day at Madison Square Garden. Down 17 points in the fourth quarter against the Cleveland Cavaliers, New York stormed back to win 126-124, and if you watched it, you already know this one was special. 9 days before Christmas, the Knicks captured the NBA Cup championship by beating the San Antonio Spurs 124-113 in Las Vegas, their first major title since 1973. Jalen Brunson earned Cup MVP honors, and new head coach Mike Brown had this team rolling at 20-9, second in the Eastern Conference with 7 wins in their last 8 games. The energy around this franchise hadn't been this high in decades. Cleveland arrived at MSG carrying a completely different weight. Last season, Kenny Atkinson's Cavaliers posted a 64-18 record, best in the East, after opening the year 15-0. Atkinson won Coach of the Year for that run, but this season told a different story, with the Cavs limping into Christmas at 17-14, 7th in the East, widely considered one of the league's most disappointing teams. And here's what made this matchup historic. Despite New York's league record 57 previous Christmas games, these two franchises had never faced each other on the holiday. Not once in NBA history until December 25th, 2025. Cleveland came out like a team with something to prove from the opening tip. Donovan Mitchell, the 6-time All-Star playing in front of a hometown crowd in the building where he grew up watching basketball, caught fire immediately. Every one of his 12 first-quarter points came during an 18-3 Cleveland run that opened the game, and the Cavaliers led 38-23 after the first period. A blowout looked inevitable. That 24-3 run to open the second quarter changed everything. New York completely flipped the script, outscoring Cleveland 37-20 in the period and clawing back into a game that had looked out of reach just minutes earlier. Anyone who turned the game off at halftime thinking the Knicks had figured it out missed what came next. Cleveland punched back hard in the third quarter, outscoring New York 38-24 and pushing their lead back to double digits. When the fourth quarter began, the Knicks trailed by 17 points. 17 points in the fourth quarter on Christmas Day at Madison Square Garden. For most teams, that deficit means game over. But these Knicks, fresh off an NBA Cup championship, weren't finished. What happened in the final 12 minutes was pure basketball theater, the kind of stretch that reminds you why this sport captivates millions. New York went on a 19-4 run to complete the comeback, and the unlikely hero turned out to be rookie Tyler Kolek, who scored 14 of his 16 points in that fourth quarter alone. Kolek also came up with the defensive play of the game late in the fourth when he made a clean swipe down on Donovan Mitchell. The refs initially called it a foul, but the Knicks challenged and won the reversal, saving New York 2 points in crunch time. The man who delivered when it mattered most though was Jalen Brunson. His three-pointer tied the game with under 4 minutes left, and then with about a minute remaining, he drilled another to give New York a 121-119 lead. That shot was the dagger. Brunson finished with 34 points on 6 of 12 shooting from 3, the NBA Cup MVP, proving exactly why he's been called the clutch player of the year. Final score, Knicks 126, Cavaliers 124. Credit belongs on both sides of this one. Brunson's 34 points led the way for New York, but Jordan Clarkson came off the bench with 25 points on efficient 9 of 17 shooting. Tyler Kolek added 16 points and 9 assists in a breakout performance, and Mitchell Robinson grabbed 13 rebounds, 8 of them on the offensive glass in just 17 minutes of action. Donovan Mitchell matched Brunson point for point with 34 of his own, adding 7 rebounds, 6 assists, and 4 steals in a complete performance. Darius Garland contributed over 18 points and 7 assists, including a highlight alley-oop connection with Mitchell that brought the crowd to its feet. Evan Mobley made a gutsy return after missing 5 games with a calf strain, coming off the bench for the first time in his career. The 2024-25 Defensive Player of the Year played about 25 minutes on a restriction and still put up 14 points and 9 rebounds. None of it was enough in the end. This game meant more than just a December win for both franchises. Mike Brown landed the Knicks job in July on a 4-year, $40 million contract after Tom Thibodeau was let go following an Eastern Conference Finals loss to Indiana. Brown brought a motion-heavy offense influenced by his time with Golden State, and the Knicks now rank 3rd in offensive rating. New York improved to 21-9 with this victory, 14-2 at home. Cleveland dropped to 17-15 scene in a loss that stings even more because of what Kenny Atkinson said before tip-off. His words captured the magnitude of the moment. To me, that's the marquee game in the NBA. There's nothing like going to the Garden at noon. Madison Square Garden has now hosted 50 Christmas Day games, and the Knicks have appeared in 58 of them, more than any franchise in NBA history. The very first Christmas game ever played in the NBA took place on December 25th, 1947, with the Knicks beating the Providence Steamrollers 89-75 at this same building.